All right, welcome everyone to another edition of Another Eden Live. I am your community manager, Scott, community manager for Another Eden, Cat Beyond Time and Space, if that wasn't abundantly clear. And I'm happy to be with you again. It's feels like, you know, every time I do this, it feels like it's been too long, like it's been longer since the interval prior, but it's usually about the same interval. But anyway, Melody, Black Lamp, Losers, Asian Duck, Arafi, Another Eden Adventures, Clambo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is in the world where you are coming from. Very, very happy to be with you and very excited to share with you all of the new news that we have. So why don't we just get right into it? Probably the thing that people are usually most excited about are dates. When are things happening? So let's get that right out of the way from the top. Version 2.14.1 releases November 9th. Now, what's in 2.14.1? Well, obviously here we've got Wanderer in the Vortex, the King of Nevermore, Chapter 3 of the Apocrypha, which is what we are talking about today. Yes, today's November 8th, right? So November 9th, that's tomorrow already. So you don't have much time to prepare, to prepare your hearts and souls for this, but I trust you will. What is, just a little reminder of what is this Apocrypha? So for anybody who's new or who hasn't picked up the game in a while or hasn't been watching these streams, let's kind of recap kind of what the Apocrypha is. The Apocrypha content is a new kind of content similar to episodes and Mythos, but a bit different in that each episode or each story is concluded in a single episode. And you can choose your starting point from chapters 1 through 3. You don't have to start with chapter 1 and then go to 3. You could go in any order. So if you haven't picked up the game in a while, you can jump right into chapter 3 if you want to. You'll see familiar characters from the past in action, and they are time loop stories about escaping from days that endlessly repeat. I promise I won't do that same redundant joke where I repeat myself over and over again. Not this time. That's been done. I was really tempted to do it right there. So to recap kind of the chapters that we already have released. The first chapter was Road to Thunder, a story of a young woman who will become a hero to protect people from ogres. And then in chapter 2, we had Fatum Argentari, which was the story of solving the mysteries of the calamity that strikes an alchemy guild and regaining lost bonds. So that's kind of where we were. We are excited now to show you the next chapter. And rather than talk about it, maybe I could just show you a little video. Enjoy. Mic check, 1, 2. You guys missed my funny the Return of the King pun. And obviously it's much more funnier that I have to explain it after having been muted. So I know a lot of you are excited about Claude and the ES Claude, and we'll get more into him in just a second. But before we do that, I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of Nevermore. Give me a moment to put on my dramatic voice. In the future, humanity takes to the sky to survive. The small country of Kelkel seeks to do the same. But how quickly hope for tomorrow turns to despair. The roar of tragedy, sneering laughter and silence. The key to stopping it all rests with one king. So we have a comment from Nanasaki, scenario writer and director for this Apocrypha, who says, "Thank you for your patience, Claude fans. Here is the long-awaited Kingdom of Kelkel. This time, we did not introduce any new characters or other playable characters, but wrote the story for Claude from beginning to end. In writing The King of Nevermore, I researched Claude and his country by digging through old documents and interviewing Sakurada-san. You may remember it was a previous scenario writer. But there were a lot of unknowns that I had to guess the whole story from a single pillar of excavated ruins, which was a bit of a challenge, but it is a good memory for me now." Let's get to it. Let's check out Claude ES, King of a Time-Lost Kingdom. Extra Style Claude, voiced by Rory Fleck-Byrne. IDA Academy's top student and a member of IDEA, a royal descendant of a now fallen country. He seems to want to find a way to resurrect his homeland. As he wants to be a king one day, he always acts as the model student. With his impeccable manners and regal appearance, he's often called Prince or Your Majesty. There's more to see, there's more to say, but I think these videos sometimes do a better job of demonstrating than I can just with words. So let's I'm gonna throw to this video for a little more on Claude.
My sword will light the way to tomorrow! I will carve the way. Kneel! O dragon, answer now for your transgressions as I summon the darkness that brought down the sun. Come to me and cast away your foolish impressions! Now. Hyperion, our deliverance has begun! Wanderer in the Vortex, the King of Nevermore. Another Eden, the cat beyond time and space.
I saw some of you, I'm not muted this time, right? I saw some of you in chat asking if they thought they heard my voice. No, regretfully, I regret to inform you, no, that was not. I have yet to offer. I've yet to have the opportunity to offer my my vocal talents to the game. I do await the call, though. Anyway. Some of you also noticed something else, which is that Claude is a slasher here. Let's get into his extra style a little bit. He can deploy Dazzling Slash Stance with skills and Valor Chant. When the normal attack variation Empathy is granted to an ally, Zone will be changed according to the type of equipped weapon of that ally. And by granting the new status effect Flexible, his own attack type will be changed as well. You gotta be flexible when you're king. And we have a comment here from Che Shin-woo, character designer, who says of Claude, since his Another style was designed with the concept of ceremonial attire, this time I designed him with the concept of a fighting king in mind. Since the kingdom had the power to levitate the country, I imagined it would probably be a magic to control gravity. I incorporated the idea of a light blue sword that controls gravity and its power to manipulate a large sword at will, as well as the kingdom's emblem in various parts of the design. Overall, I aimed to design an outfit that was not too futuristic, but also had a different era feel than Miglance or Pulsival. As a side note, the belt around the waist was taken from Claude's outfit that I drew for the concert advertisement. Wonder if anybody noticed it. Anybody notice that little Easter egg? Take a look at that design one more time. Speaking of designs, while we're looking at the designs, we can kind of take a moment to compare his new design to his other styles design. We have his normal style here and his Another style. What do you think? What do you think of the new style compared to the extra style compared to the normal style and Another style? Which one is your favorite? Have these styles. Take another look at the extra style. Some love for ES, some love for AS, and some for all three. I'm with you. I see why there's a divide on the ES and the AS. They both look pretty rad, I have to say. Well, now it's time for everybody's favorite strategic segment, Backy's Battle Tips. Claude ES Edition. Claude ES Battle Tips and Tricks. Point number 1. Empathy is an unprecedented skill. Use it with... I'm going to apologize in advance. I may butcher some of the pronunciations of these skills. Use it with Strategique to set up a zone of your desired attack type. Place Empathy on Alma, who's a piercing type, and Claude and Alma's HP and MP values will each become Claude's and Alma's values. Then use Strategique to change Claude to the same weapon type as Alma's, piercing, and the zone will become a piercing flash stance instead of a dazzling slash stance. Piercing flash stance. Dazzling slash stance. Not to be confused with the movie Flashdance. Point number 2. He's a versatile support, able to fit with any weapon type. So use his Zone Awakening to unleash fierce strategies. In addition to an Earth Slash attack on all of his enemies, times 3 XL, Adafos Monada heals all party members 50% and restores all statuses. In a zone, it'll awaken the zone and provide power, intelligence, and speed plus 30% to all allies, stacking up to 4 times. And the Madis Athena inflicts power, intelligence, and speed minus 30, debuffs them minus 30% on enemies, while allies gain 30% type resistance for 5 turns. So a good buff slash debuff unit here. Point number 3. With damage increased for hit chains, weapon type attack buffs, and critical rate boosts, he provides great support even outside stat boosts. Karis Draken boosts type attack and critical rate. In another zone, it increases strength for all allies based on the number of chain hits. And Madis Ares boosts damage by 50% and critical damage by 100% for sword, katana, axe allies for 5 turns. Use Empathy to change the weapon types the buffs apply to. We have an extended version of Backy's battle tips this time. Point number 4, he has 2 major patterns. Start off with AF and buffs, or and slash debuffs, or place empathy first. Activating another zone to chain attack skills is also fun, so you can use slash units like Kikyo AS, Victor AS, and Yuri, blunt types, Melina ES, Suzette ES, Party AS, and then, or piercing types like Tsukiya ES, Violet Lancer, and Silver Striker. Remember to consider your foe's capabilities and have Claude ES fill in whatever your party is lacking. So in summary, varied buffs and lasting debuffs plus healing make Claude a highly versatile supporter. Awaken those zones, let Claude shine. Claude can play a number of roles. Let him fill whatever your party needs. He's a good jack of all trades as far as the support unit goes. So if you're missing a support unit almost of any kind, Claude can fill in. What are your thoughts? How do you think Claude fits into your party? Yeah, we've had a lot of characters released recently that are primarily DPS characters, right? It's good to have a really good support for those characters now. So let's get into the story a little bit. Some of the key points of the story. And we'll begin with the setting, the Kingdom of Kelkale. The King of Nevermore takes place in the Kingdom of Kelkale, which was featured in Claude's character quests. It is a kingdom with a history of destruction and a polluted future. The people have combined magic and science and live together with nature. Claude, who wishes for the restoration of his homeland, arrives in the land he has always dreamed of. Look forward to see how the drama unfolds. Benalor, I see you said you have been very curious of Kelkale, and the next thing I want to show you is some of the images from the new setting. We have a little preview of the look of Kelkale. Here's a new area that you'll be able to go to, Kelkale Palace. This is one of my, when I first saw this, I have to say, this was one of my favorite looking settings, especially like tower looking settings. I just love the natural futuristic look is gorgeous to me. Now we have a new tower, another tower added to Another Eden's collection of towers, the Tower of Selection. This is a trial to be recognized as the true king of Kelkale. You must complete trials on each floor and aim for the true throne on the top floor. In order to overcome these trials, we'll need to show benevolence. However, and this is speaking of climbing towers, I see somebody calling climbing towers. Climbing towers is good exercise, right? Good exercise. Speaking of exercise, we have a new minigame, calisthenics. Get it? Get it? Because Kelkale and yeah. Calisthenics is coming. Works against stiff shoulders, chills, and even promotes anti-aging. Disclaimer, health benefits may vary from person to person. This is Another Eden's first ever special calisthenics minigame. A new soundtrack composed by Shigeki Hayashi of the sound team will be included here. And you can exercise with Claude within 3 levels of difficulty. So look forward to this new minigame that may also be beneficial to your health. Keyword may. Requirements to start the King of Nevermore, just to let you know, you have to clear the main story, chapter 22, as well as the episode IDA School Part 2, Butterflies City and Heaven's Cradle. So make sure those are finished before you get started. And why don't we take a look at just one more video for the King of Nevermore.
kingdom of Kedikel. My ancestral home, lost to the echoes of the past. Its future doomed to fate. What can I do as king to... Wanderer in the Vortex, the king of Nevermore. No, I know what I must do. I must destroy Kedikel.
That was a little short but sweet. So let's look at the future. Look into the future a little bit beyond tomorrow. Wanderer in the Vortex is going to have 6 chapters total. Tomorrow is our 3rd release. But they are divided into part 1 and part 2. Chapters 4 through 6 require completion of all quests from chapter 1 through 3 to start. So we have said a couple of times now that you don't have to go in any order. You can jump right into 3 or go 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, etc. But in order to go on to chapter 4, you will need to finish all 3 at some before that. So make sure that you do that, so that if you want to pick up chapter 4 when it comes out. Let's talk a little bit about some campaigns that we have. So you can get up to 800 Chrono Stones and Apocrypha Achievement Ward with these campaigns coming out. Beginning tomorrow, November 9th, the daily login item will be increased to 50 Chrono Stones every day for 16 days, which means you can get up to 800 Chrono Stones in total over the course of that 2+ weeks. This will be, once again, November 9 to November 24. If you start the Apocrypha King of Nevermore during the duration, when it releases tomorrow and before December 9th, the achievement award that you will get will be increased from 10 Chrono Stones to 50 Chrono Stones, plus a treasure chest containing 2 red keys, 2 green keys, and a bold plus will appear in the space-time rift. That will be between November 10th and November 23rd. Please note that the app must be updated to version 2.14.1, and you can see the in-game notice for further details on that. You always love it. You always love it when your furry little delivery pal comes in this costume. Every time, it's just a little bit more exciting. You see when you see him wearing that red headband. I'm just gonna drop this slide right here. I'm not gonna really talk about it. I'm not gonna give you any context for why I'm dropping this slide here right now. I'm just gonna leave it here, and you guys can come up with whatever conspiracies you like. Theorycraft to your heart's content, and then we'll move right along. Looking down the road, new courses are going to be added to Revival Duel with the Past. This conspiracy, Scott has a crush on Cynthia. I refuse to comment. I can neither confirm nor deny. So let's summarize everything happening in November. First, we've got tomorrow's November 9 update. The Apocrypha Wanderer in the Vortex, the King of Nevermore, will release with Claude's extra style. There will be a fateful encounter that can be used 3 times max featuring Claude ES. An ally encounter, which is called the Weapon Resonance series. In addition, a global version unique fateful encounter, a Weapon Resonance series. And then we have our autumn campaign. Today's item, the daily login, will be increased to 50 Chrono Stones for 16 days, which means you can get up to 800 Chrono Stones if you log in every day during that time period. And the rewards for starting Apocrypha the King of Nevermore will increase to 50 Chrono Stones, up from 10. and a treasure chest containing items such as key cards and a bold pulse will appear. Then, looking down the road, give you a few more details about that, Cynthia. I think November 22nd, there will be another update in which we will see another style for Cynthia, and 2 new courses will be added to Revival Duel with the Past, what we just mentioned. And now, there's something else that I think many of you have been waiting for, have been asking for you. The long-awaited premium starter packs are coming to the global version of Another Eden. So what are these? Well, premium starter packs, they'll be priced at $5.99 US dollars, 6.99 euros, and we're currently scheduled to be released in early December, so roughly a month from now is our current schedule. These packs are basically for anybody who is perhaps new to Another Eden. As the world of Another Eden is growing and the story is growing, and it's branching in so many different directions. You know, it may be intimidating in first, and newcomers to Another Eden may be interested in something that'll help them progress through the main story and be able to explore all of those things a little bit faster. And even if you have been a long-time player, this could actually be beneficial for you as well. It contains 1,000 paid Chrono Stones, 8 types of unique weapons, and 3 types of unique armors, which is 11 pieces of equipment in total, all with 30% experience boost, and then 6 unique badges that boosts all stats: power, intelligence, endurance, spirit, speed, and luck, are all boosted by 5. After purchase, a dedicated NPC will appear at each tavern across the world. He can upgrade your unique gear as much as 7 times depending on your progress in the main story. And you can also obtain character boosting items from him that will make the game a little bit easier to progress, especially in the early stages, such as 4-star memoirs for Aldo, Rika, Amy, and Cyrus, plus scrolls and more. The NPC will appear after purchasing the premium starter pack and clearing Chapter 5 of the main story. So, kind of a lot there. I mean, just the fact that it comes with 1,000 paid Chrono Stones already is a big selling point here, for me at least. But it also comes with all this other cool stuff. So yeah, that's coming soon. The last bit of news I have before we get into our tier list segment, our fun little tier list segment, bit of a teaser. Some of you may be aware, some of you may have seen in the Japanese live stream, main story part 3 was revealed. For the global, we had a big turnout for that, and we were super excited about it. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to talk about this for the global version, so please stay tuned, but I promise it's going to be incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to share more details about it with you. So please stay tuned for that. Now, a new fun little segment we have cooked up for you here, where we ask you, the chat audience, to help us build a tier list. If you don't know what a tier list is, I think many of you already do know what a tier list is, but if you don't know what a tier list is, it's basically a graphic that ranks characters based on different things. Well, oftentimes it's strength, but we're not doing strength today. Today we're doing popularity. This tier list is going to be based purely on how much you guys love the characters. We're going to be basing it on a scale from 2 stars to 5 stars, kind of mimicking the Another Eden's rating of characters. 2 stars being perhaps you would not necessarily get along with this character very much, or maybe you just don't know them well enough. 5 stars being they're one of your favorite characters. I'll introduce the characters, you'll vote on the characters, and then we'll create this tier list together. And if you like the segment, we can grow the tier list in future live streams. So please let us know. Since we're talking about the Apocrypha story, I think there's no better place to start than Nona. Nona, she wanders carrying unforgettable memories. So I'm going to go ahead here and start a poll. I hope that I don't knock the wire for my mic out while I'm doing this. What tier is Nona? We will add 2-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star. There we go. All right, the poll is now live. So once again, a character does not need to be, not even need to have a 5-star version of them for them to be 5 stars in your heart. This is what this is about. This is about where does the character, how many stars does the character have in your heart? But here is our popularity tier list. You can see that it's blank now, and as you guys vote on each of these, whichever one gets the most votes, we will put in that here. And you can kind of see who's coming up. I didn't include Palm. I didn't include Palm this time, but like I said, if you guys like this, we can build this out, make the graphic bigger, or make more spaces, add more characters to it, and just keep growing this tier list over time with your all's help. And maybe Palm will be in a future one. I am going to keep the poll running until about 2 minutes have elapsed. Looks like 4-star is about the consensus here. Almost exactly half of you have voted for 4-star. Once again, when we have reached 2 minutes, we have got 105 votes right now. Once we have reached 2 minutes, I'll end the poll and place Nona where you have placed her. How to vote? I have the vote should be in the chat. So I started a poll in the chat. I'll give you a little bit more time if there's any confusion about how to vote. But it looks like the voting is slowing down a little bit. We've got 114 votes, not a whole lot more votes rolling in at this point, so, and it's 2 minutes have elapsed. So I'll go ahead and end it there. And our first result is 4 stars. So let's bring Nona over here. This way. No, I had this set up to snap. Our first character is on the board. Moving right along is Noxus, the Boundless Castaway. By the way, here I'm gonna start another poll. Two-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. By the way, feel free to make your case. If you feel like you have strong feelings about where a character should be placed in this poll, make your case in the chat. Let people know your reasons why the character belongs where you believe they belong. Looks like a lot of fives. Fives is taking the lead so far. But it is starting to balance out a little bit. We've got 80 votes. A mature husbando with a shovel. I mean, is that what it takes? Is that if I get a shovel, do I go up a tier? Keep that in mind. Have a nice personality, be funny and clever, buy a shovel. You all are too kind, and you're inflating my ego to unhealthy levels. Looks like we've got 92 votes in right now. Remember to vote. It looks like 5 stars probably going to take it. It's at 43%, and I think even if 20 votes came in all for 4-star, at that point I don't think it could overtake 5-star. And at this point, it looks like 2 minutes has elapsed. So we'll go ahead and end the poll right there. And it would appear we've got our result. Synopsis is a 5-star, according to our community. So let's add our first 5-star character to the list and keep moving along. Next, we have Orlea. Timid inheritor of a grand legacy. So let's start the poll. What tier is Orlea? 2-star? 3-star? 4-star? Or 5-star? Here we go. What tier is Orlea? 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. The poll is now live. Once again, make your case. If you believe that Orlea belongs in a specific tier, tell us why you think they belong in that tier. Most amusing character in a while. Victor has a counterpoint. Yeah, this one so far even more lopsided than Noxus in terms of the voting. Literally only 2% for 2-star, 8% for 3-star, 22% for 4-star, and 68% for 5-star. It would be a miracle if she came out of this as anything but a 5-star. But you never know. I'll keep it running until the 2 minutes hit. Orlea, her story is good. Yeah, people enjoy the story. Rodgrod Bedflode points out her cowardly nature. I don't know if that was a positive point or a negative one. Like her because of her story. Well, we're going to end the poll right there, and a pretty resounding 5-star result for Orlea. If you're just joining us, please remember we're making a tier list right now for the Another Eden characters for recently released, and later on we'll do some main cast. A reminder that this is based on popularity. This is based on where they belong in your heart. This has nothing to do with actual strength. So when you're voting for, when you're voting on each of these characters, keep that in mind. We're taking into account how much we love these characters, as opposed to how strong they are. And if I could just get you to stick, there we go. Snap. All right, next we have the Princess Miyu, Princess Chasing Distant Ideals. Start our poll. Miyu. What here is Miyu? Make your arguments in the chat. You can start making those. You can start building your case now, where you think Miyu belongs. Start making them before the poll goes live. All right, and the poll is live. Once again, this is for popularity. Purely what star they are in your heart. And again, it seems like we've got a lot of popular characters that have come out recently. Miyu. Let's see. Lit Dog. Cool name, fam. No cap. Likes the art. The art alone, getting points for Miyu. But also, as I think was said, Miyu goes way back. Andre, Miyu ES has by far the best chance on AF finisher. Great personality. Her disguising skills are impeccable. All right, let's take a look at the results here. With 89 votes in, looks like another 5-star. 66% of our audience currently leaning towards 5-star. Cannot say I disagree, personally. Losers, I agree. Special place. And 2 minutes has elapsed, so we'll end the poll right there. Very clear win for 5 stars on that one. So let's go ahead. Bring her over right next to Orlea. And I'm sure Miyu would be super excited. Come on, snap where I want you to snap. I'll even that up a little later. Moving right along to Alma. Alma with Silvered Pride, the young alchemist dreams of gold. Get it? Silver, gold. Sometimes you can tell the localization team has fun with some of these. What tier is Alma? Star? Star? Five star. Make your case. Where does Alma belong? Now, once again, this is not about strength. This is about, for anybody who's just joining us, the tier list that we're making is not about strength. You're not voting on how strong you think these characters are. You're voting on how much you love these characters, how well you think you might get along with these characters if you were ever to meet them, how much you enjoy their personalities. Very confused. You love how unapologetically smug he is. You know, it's interesting. There's a very fine line between confidence and smugness, and you know, some characters, people really could. The smugness, it can be an endearing trait as opposed to one that's less so. Let's see. Looks like we do have another 5-star here so far with 83 votes. Your votes do matter. They count. Make sure you vote here. All right, 2 minutes has elapsed. We'll go ahead and end that poll. Another 5-star. We'll bring Leia. Oh. There we go. Got it to snap like on the first time there. Next is Lele. Pure power burns in her pure heart. Make your case now. Where does Lele belong? Two-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. It looks like I forgot my question mark on my question, but you all get the idea. What tier is Lele? 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star? Five stars is leading, but it's definitely not. It is not overwhelmingly so. We have 26% for 3, 28% for 4, and 38% for 5. Now 31% for 4 and 35% for 5. This one is much closer. If we cannot get a vote, you know, if it's this close, I'm gonna say we're gonna need to do a runoff. If it's this close, I'll do the poll one more time, just with the top 2 in a runoff. 97 of the votes are in. More people voting for this one than in previous ones. Remember, we are voting based off of likability, personality, how much you like the character, their popularity, not their strength. All right, 2 minutes have elapsed, and 5-star has the most, barely, but 33% I do not think is high enough to make the decision. So we're going to do a runoff with the top 2, like I just said. One more time, what tier is Lele? This time with a question mark. 5-star. 4-star. But here's our runoff vote. Once again, we'll do this for, we'll let this one go for 2 minutes. The top 2 choices with the top 2 from the last one. You hit an impasse because I forgot the question mark. Yeah, instructions became unclear without a question mark. It does look like, at least from now, 4-star is beating 5-star. So we'll have our next 4-star. Seller Sama not stoked about these results. Yeah, probably. Can see that. Let's see. we don't need to accuse anyone of treason here. I think we're probably closing in on the 2-minute mark, and it looks pretty strongly for the 4-star option here. All right, there we go. 2 minutes. 4-star is the result. Let's move Lele down to join Nona here. And I think we've also guaranteed that we'll actually have room for everybody to fit somewhere on the list. Moving right along, Claude, kind of the star of today's stream here. What tier is Claude? Two-star. 3-star. Star. Or 5-star. Make your case for the king. Okay. So initial results do show more than 50% for 5-star, which would be enough, certainly, to avoid a runoff. Losers become winners with a harsh grading for Claude. Care to make your case? Once again, this is not about strength or ability. It's purely about popularity, about their likability, how much you like these characters. With 87 votes in, we have 54% currently for 5-star, which would be enough to avoid a runoff. And it looks like the lead is gaining. Gonna take a lot, probably. Up there's the 2 minutes right there, and we'll end it. Looks like we have another addition to the 5-star tier list right there. Perfect. All right, so that does it for many of these new Apocrypha characters, or characters that have been featured in the Apocrypha recently. Now, let's take it back a bit. Let's go and take a look at some of our main cast. As we say, we have Rika, an android with a heart. What tier is... Once again, this is purely popularity, not strength. 2-star. 5-star. Is green hair relevant in the Apocrypha, since all the protagonists in the episodes have green hair? You know, I honestly did not. I mean, that's a very interesting theory. Did not occur to me that all the protagonists of the Apocrypha so far had green hair. Or Leia, Claude, and Alma all do have green hair. Differing shades, but... All right, very even poll right now for Rika. But looks like 5-star and 4-star are the lead. 34% though, not enough to avoid a runoff. And I think we probably don't even need, if 4-star and 5-star are the top two, and they're very close, I would say we probably don't need another runoff, because people who voted, as was said in chat before, people who voted 2 and 3 are probably going to vote 4 instead of 5. I think that's safe to say. However, if 3-star pulls ahead of 4-star, then we'll probably need to do a runoff, because we don't know where the 4-stars are going to go in that case. Which could happen. There's a 23% for 3-star now, 26% for 4-star, 33% for 5-star. Two minutes have passed, and as our top two... Here we go. As our top two are 5-star and 4-star, but the combination of 4-star through 2-star far outweighs the 5-star. I think we're gonna need to put it in 4-star. I don't think we need to do another vote here, just because, like I said, I'm pretty sure 3-stars and 2-stars have already voted less than 5-star. Right? So we'll I think we'll just put it to 4-star. We could just put it to 4. Unless anybody has strong objections and doesn't think it's going to result in 4. But I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work out for the sake of timeliness and expediency. We'll go ahead and put her there. All right, next. Cyrus. A knight cursed to wear a Rainine visage. You know, Rainine, before I saw this this little blurb for Cyrus, I'd never heard the word Rainine. It's like of or relating to frogs. So let's start a poll. What here is Cyrus? 2-star, 3-star, add option, 4-star, 5-star. Make your case for Cyrus, our warrior frog. Oh, interesting. Looks like 4-star is the lead for Cyrus right now. Nope, 5-star has just overtaken that. 38% though is not enough to be an outright 5-star, and now 4-star and 5-star are tied. Ooh, with 4-star taking the lead again. Am I sure I won't force the result of this vote? Look, far be it from me to put my thumb on the scales of democracy. So we 74 votes. 4-star and 5-star neck and neck, but as was the case before, if they're gonna be that close, gonna have to give it to 4-star. Unless 5-star, I mean, there's only 77 votes, so not as much as before, and currently 38% for 5-star. If it can get above like the 45-50% mark, we can avoid a runoff. But there it is, 2 minutes to end the poll. At 2 minutes, 5-star has the most. However, at only 40%, that's not enough for an outright victory. You would need a runoff. And since 4-star, 3-star, and 2-star would be cumulatively much more than 40%, we've got to give it another 4-star, I think. That would result in a 4-star result. Pretty even in our 4-stars and 5-stars so far. Only 2 more left. Next we have Amy, a hunter from the future with a troubled past. Start the poll. What tier is Amy? Can any of our main cast be 5 stars? Let's see if Amy could be 1. 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. Make your cases for her now, and 5-star. Make sure I get my question mark on there. Ask the community. There we go. The poll is live. What tier is Amy? Looks like a mix between, in the comments at least, it looks like a mix between 4-star and 5-star. Although 5-star does currently have sizable lead. Close enough to perhaps avoid a runoff. Really close. If we can get, I think above, yeah, I think if it ends above 45%, we may be able to avoid a runoff. 68 votes currently in. Amy's climbing up there. 49%. Oh, if we get that 50%, and that's like definitely, it's not even for consideration. We'd absolutely avoid the runoff. Let's see. 74 votes in. 49%, just barely shy of securing her 5-star status. If you haven't voted and you want to make sure you could make a difference now by voting 5-star, you would make the difference, or by not, by bringing it down a notch. If that's what you're looking to. There it is. We're at 50 now. 50% would avoid the runoff. Oh, 49 with 83% of the vote, or with 83 votes in. Last chance to vote for Amy. Where do we see her? All right, we're going to end the poll now. And it looks like Amy barely squeaks in to wrap up and secure 5-star placement. So our first member of the main cast is there. And finally, the protagonist, the main character. What here is star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. Aldo, our everybody's favorite dense boy. The main character, the protagonist of Another Eden, the cat beyond time and space. Where does Aldo live in your heart? Remember, once again, this is not a strength-based tier list. This is a popularity tier list, purely about how much you love the character. We hope you love Aldo. Got a lot of screen time. But make your cases. Where do you think Aldo belongs? Aldo just has to be solves every problem by talking to 3 people in every town. Hey, look, you just gotta talk to people sometimes. You can solve a lot of problems that way. It does appear we're heading for a very overwhelming 5-star, perhaps the most overwhelming 5-star of the day, which is encouraging to see. I'm glad that you all like the character that you spend the most time seeing throughout the entire game. With 87 votes in, 70% are with Aldo. Last chance to vote. We have 91 votes in so far, more votes than voted last time. And that's 2 minutes. And there we have it. Aldo is a 5-star tier, winning with 69% of the vote. Right there. So we have our first installment, our first installment of the Another Eden popularity tier list. As was voted by you, the community, you have Noxus, Orlea, Miyu, Alma, Claude, Amy, and Aldo as 5 stars, and Nona, Lele, Rika, and Cyrus as 4 stars. Let us know in the chat. Did you have fun voting on this tier list, making your case, seeing how other people think about these characters? Do you want to do this again? Do you want to help build this list out even further to see other characters? If so, let us know what characters you want to see in the next round that we do this. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. So let's see. I'll just ask you right now. Let's who do you want to see next here? Rassisul Hubi wants Soira. Nick McLeod wants Hardy. Unsent Chung wants Nekoko. Flam and Eva. Gildna, Palm, Galliard. Rovella. Mighty. This is a lot of different characters. I don't know if we'll be able to get to all of them, on the next installment of this, should we decide to do it again. But all very helpful. We'd love to hear from you on that, and you can let us know on social media too. We'll post this tier list to our social media probably in a couple of days or so, and it can be an ever-growing thing as we continue to do more live streams. Speaking of more live streams, that does it for this live stream. Want to thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you as always for being such a great and supportive community. As I said, if you let us know in the chat, in the comments, if you want to do this anymore, or what else you'd like to see on future live streams. We'd love to hear from you. And I will see you on the next edition of Another Eden Live. Until then, take care and have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it's where you are right now. Bye-bye.